In case you've watched my other video on how to make water kefir, I thought I'd put together a quick, simple and easy way to make water kefir that takes all the guesswork out of it. Okay, so we're just going to start off with a simple process. And what you will need for equipment is you need a plastic bowl. You must always use plastic to make water kefir, or glass, don't use any metal. We need a plastic strainer, a funnel if we're putting it in the bottles. You need your measure, and I've got plastic ones here, and I've got this beautiful plastic spoon which I use with the grains. As far as ingredients goes, we need our filtered water, we need some grains of course, and I've just taken these out of a previous batch, and we have raw sugar. You can use any type of sugar, but it's probably better to start off with just a standard sugar just to get you used to the process. Molasses, bicarb soda, and some dried fruit. I've got some dried apricots here. You can use dried figs or dried banana, whatever takes your fancy. Okay, so if you don't want to do the bottling process and you just want to start off with something really simple, this is the first step. So we take our jar. This is nearly a litre, so it's an American quart. And I normally half fill it, so this is filtered water, and we have got a video coming on this beautiful water filter. Okay, so water in there. Okay, so this is the recipe, so simple. This is the quarter of a cup to what's nearly a litre. So if you get a jar that's double this size, and then it's half a cup. Multiply or divide it depending on the size of your jar. So the basic ingredients: quarter of a cup of your grains into the jar. So I just move this out of the way so you can see. Okay, so a quarter of a cup of grains in the jar. Quarter of a cup of sugar. This is organic raw sugar. You can use coconut sugar, which is quite nice. It just makes the beverage a little bit more bitter, that's all. Molasses is just a tiny touch, that's just to feed it some minerals. So we just do a little dash in there. That's it. And a pinch of bicarb soda. That helps with making it more alkaline, and it also helps if you're bottling it to make it fizzy. Now, you don't need to add anything else. That is your basic recipe. I give that just a little bit of a stir, and then I just top it up with water. Now what I'm doing with my batch is I'm just going to add a dried apricot. So you can use any dried fruit. This will expand in the water, so that when you finish making it, it'll be probably looking like it was an original apricot, and then you just throw that away or put it in the compost. This one here, you can tell that it's a nice organic one because it's not bright orange. So I put that in there. And then what we do, we have some cheesecloth or a little piece of material that can breathe. Put that over the top. If you don't have these type of jars, you can then just put an elastic band over the top. But what I do is I just sort of screw that on. And then I've got the nice top on there. Okay, so that's the basic recipe. Now what you can do, you can just the next morning strain that out, drink the juice, and make it again. It's as simple as that. Normally when you do this stage, you leave it for 2 days. So what we can do is we can have a system going where that's day 1 and this is day 2. So what we would do with this one, so on the first day, say this is Monday, we've made that. And what we do then is we sit that on a bench in a warm place. Okay, but sometimes the fruit flies are not like this stuff, so you might want to put a little bit of a tea towel over there. Okay, so Tuesday. This has been there for 24 hours, so we still leave it for another 24 hours. We make our next one. So again, we we half fill it with water. Please don't ever use tap water. That's full of poisons, chlorine and fluoride, and we don't need that in our kefir. So we start the process again. 1/4 cup of grains. 1/4 cup of sugar. Touch of molasses. Pinch of bicarb soda. 1 apricot. Then we just chop that up with water. Give it a little stir. Then we put the top on that. Okay, so we've made this Monday, and we've made this Tuesday, and then on a Wednesday we strain it, drink it, remake it. So that means you're having a beverage every day that's been going for 2 days. So the beverage has had 2 days to sit there and get ready. Okay, that again is the basic recipe. You will have the liquid a little bit fizzy, but it won't be very carbonated just doing this method. The next step, if you want to carbonate it, is to put it in a bottle. Okay, so I have got some here from the previous batch. So when we bottle it, okay, we nearly fill it. We don't fill it right to the top, and try and get the bottles with these types of lids on them if you can. Seal that on, and then that sits on a bench for 2 days. So if you're doing the bottling stage, you do the stage for 2 days, then you bottle it for 2 days, and then you can put it in the fridge. Okay, this is a batch that I've had sitting there for 2 days, so this is now ready for drinking. So what I do now, after 2 days, I then put them in the fridge and we consume them. You've got to be a little bit careful. When they get really carbonated, they can really explode. This one has been sitting there 2 days and I haven't burped it, so sometimes what I do, or what I recommend, is after 24 hours, just give it a little burp and then reseal it ready for another 24 hours. That way you're not going to have any accidents. I have had quite a bit of kefir on my roof. I'm a little bit worried about opening this, but it should be okay, I think. So let's have a go. See what I mean? So put the lid back on there and let it settle down. Okay, so you've got to be very careful. I normally go outside and I open them and I try to retain all the fizziness, and then I put them in the fridge and we consume them. So be very careful, especially with children, when they're opening the bottles. You want to make sure that they're not sort of covering them in kefir. Now this is an excellent product for the children. And instead of having Coke and Fanta and lemonade in the fridge, if you start batches going, you get this beautiful fizzy water kefir in the fridge. It's a fantastic health drink for your children, and it takes away a myriad of problems with them. It is full of probiotics, very good for your system, and very good for detoxing. So if you want to give it a try, have a go. You know, we just love it. It just tastes beautiful. Also in this bottling stage, if you like, you can add a little bit of fruit. You can add a lump of ginger, and it gives it that beautiful, nice flavour. Don't be too concerned about the amount of sugar you put in there, because the grains eat the sugar. And what you'll find is the grains expand, so you actually start getting a lot of grains. They grow and they multiply. And so when you're redoing your jars, you might have more than 1/4 of a cup, and just keep leaving the grains in there until you start increasing the amount of jars that you're going to make. So just to recap, if you just want to do it very simply, just get a jar like this, get some grains, make the basic recipe, and each day just strain it out, drink the juice, remake it, and put it back on the bench for 24 hours. The next morning, strain it out, drink it. And that will give you a lot of benefits as well. But if you want to have 2 going so that they're actually getting 2 days to sit on the bench, then you make one, make one the next day, and then the third day, that's when you start drinking it. So we made that on the Monday, made that on the Tuesday. So on the Wednesday, we get the Monday one, strain it out, drink it, make it again, put it on the bench. On the Thursday, we get the Tuesday one, strain it out, drink it, and it just goes on like that. But you will find that the grains will increase. It's lovely to give them away to friends and teach other people how to make this beautiful beverage. While I'm here, I just want to give you a recap on the kombucha tea. I'm now making the kombucha in the large jar. If you can see it here. I'll take a close-up of this. So this is my kombucha now, and I've got beautiful scobies. So there you go. I hope you enjoy your brewing, and here's to your health and well-being. You really need to make this stuff, and it is so healthy for you. Make it for your children, you know, stop buying them Coke and Fanta and lemonade, and get them to drink this healthy beverage which is good for them and not detrimental to their health. Get them involved, get them making it. They're gonna love it. They're gonna love going out and looking at the brew and putting in different flavors, experimenting with different fruits that they can put in the bottle. It's just an amazing drink, and it gives you so much energy, makes you feel so wonderful. So do yourself a favor, get this beverage into you, start making it. Get some grains and away you go. So here's to your health. Your health is important. You should be the custodian of your health and put into your body good stuff. Don't put in the rubbish. Get this thing made. It is divine. Oh, amazing. Health to you all.